Comics Plus, what is going on? My name is Akasan.
Hey, it's Marta.
Hey, it's time. So, another episode of Spy Family. This is episode 3, and we have realized, or I realized when rewatching, because we had some technical difficulties last time, Hulu versus Netflix or something like that, international streaming, that yes, it is. So, Spy Family is definitely within the Cold War period. There was a newspaper that was talking about the Cold War and things like that. So it's definitely within that time period of what they're doing.
I remember you sent me the picture of it.
Yeah. I went back and rewatched it and like that. And then, and then the other question I think was about the whole thing of like, why did he not find a wife ahead of time? I didn't get to that. I didn't have time to rewatch the second episode, but I think it was just the assumption that his assumption was that he could just kind of breeze through this with just the minimum of just having a kid. That was it. As long as he gets the kid, he makes a fake alias of a wife, but that's about it. So that's what I got.
That's what it seemed like to me too. But then it just so happened that conveniently, like there she was.
But also it was mandatory, right. Yeah. But I do definitely think that it was a files of he was looking for a specific type of person. I don't know. That was interesting, right? But anyways, I guess we'll find out more information about it because without spoiling things, because we at the time of this recording, I think episode 8 or 9 is already, I think episode 8 is out right now. So the cosplayers and fans are already talking about certain things.
No,
but I'm not going to spoil anything. But the relationship between Yor and the girl, Lloyd and Yor, it's like, it seems like she's really into him. She is, and we saw that from episode 2, was like she's actually kind of loving him. And she's,
I think also because there's a part of it where like he fits her lifestyle too. That's the thing.
Right.
It's like they're
exactly
so compatible with each other, they have no idea.
Exactly. But I think that Lloyd is still going to be hesitant, just like with the daughter, Anastasia or Anya.
Yeah.
He's hesitant for all of that. Like that's just his demeanor. It's like, he's built different. So we'll see, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get right into this. Your latest episode. Full reaction is available on Patreon, guys. Make sure you check that out. Support it. We would appreciate it. It helps pay for certain things like Zoom Pro. Making sure we can afford to have a trial of these lights on. Anyways, your latest reaction starts now. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's groovy, baby. It's groovy.
Yeah, let's go.
Actually, now looking at it, yeah, it's really got that Cowboy Bebop type of intro. Got the jazz influence. Yeah. I mean, she is really fuckable. So I'm.
Yes, she's very pretty.
You see her face? Yeah, her face was like, his face was like, yeah. That was quick. Damn. Yeah, okay. See, that's what I gotta figure out a little bit more. Like I gotta rewatch the second episode because the whole shopkeeper thing is kind of like John Wick-ish. They're spies or are they assassins? All of them,
It reminds me of
Kingsman.
Yes.
Yeah, because Wanted was kind of similar about the whole thread thing. Yeah. So dark.
Right.
God damn, this is living though. It's a nice
so
house.
Many rooms.
Damn, the B team animated this one. I wonder if anything's gonna bust out of the box accidentally. like a gun or something.
I was just thinking, yeah. Or her.
He
one of
made
her
it
little
worse.
pokey sticks.
He looks like a sexier version of Darian and his best friend. Forgot his name.
No
Oh,
one
that
is
was quick.
sexier than Darian. No one is sexier than him.
Yeah.
そうです。最近忙しいらしくて。
Yeah, you know he's some sort of spy or something too. Yeah. They're holding him off for some reason.
Right. Or what if he's the enemy?
That's what I'm wondering.
Oh,
Taylor.
Taylor, right?
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Kaboom.
それは私。
Yep.
中にはお仕事専用の獲物と象も倒す猛毒が。
The wallpaper looks like Nezuko's
I get you.
kimono.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
死亡理由ですか？死亡。
Uh-oh.
心肺停止とか出血多量。
What?
What the
Oh,
hell?
I get it. Passing. I love how strategic he is, and he's still got his spy gloves on. Or killing gloves. Look at that.
小さくて可愛かった頃の弟を思い出します。
Man, they're really
Aw.
mentioning him a lot.
ハグしてあげた
Yeah.
肋骨2本落として
What the hell?
これでこれからどこ
Uh-oh.
Talk about upper crust.
Talking about Batman. Somebody about to get waned here.
Mm.
Ah! Damn, she's turned on by that.
Oh my god.
Like fucking
All right, girl.
guillotine.
That's a little excessive. What I was gonna say before was she's saying all that stuff out loud.
Right.
My dad is a spy.
Right.
Da, da, da.
He interpreted it completely different. No, that's supposed to be the mom.
Mhm.
いえ、別にそういうわけではとても素敵なんですが、いざという時
Yep.
I love her reactions.
I'm getting
Nice.
Shingeki vibes. This is a photograph. What I'm about to tell you is gonna blow your mind. All right.
Uh-oh.
I wonder how long this is gonna drag. Like her secret.
I mean, it's not a secret. Wait, whose secret?
That she's a telepath. Yeah,
Wait
that's
a
so
minute,
funny.
did
Yeah, right.
Oh,
She got turned on again. Yeah. Oh. So this is mugged. Oh shit.
Yeah!
許せません。
Oh my god. Ooh, good music. Ooh, good music.
さっきレストラン出たばかり。あいつ。服装は
She's so
違う。
smart.
歩き方の癖というのはそうそう変えられんものだ。
I love that. I love that. Jesus.
貴様には臭い飯が妥当だ。
As fuck.
目立っ警察呼んで突き出しといてください。
But doesn't he look like a person? Like a person?
Right, like the one that right, like just.
ありがとうね。いい男だ
I
ね。
wonder if she's robbing them.
影なき英雄よ。
Aw.
ありがとう、ヨラさん。
She's shaking them down.
今日はいい気分転換になりました。僕も改めて仕事を頑張ります。
とっても素敵な家族。
Bro, what's up with this?
Oh.
There's something weird about.
アメちゃんあげる。
Is she the master doctor that created Anya or something?
Oh my god.
Am I reading too much into that?
I think so. No, it's so cute.
受けたまわりました。
ペラ見て美術館行ってレストランで食べたりします。
そう。
So exactly.
次の質問。
Birdman.
お友達が悪いことをしているところを見てしまいました。どうしますか？
上から飛び乗って。
I knew she was gonna say that.
そこは見なかったことにしとけ。ダメ。
Yo, I love her sweater.
I was just about to say she's wearing the Virgin Killer sweater.
ここは最高。
準備の 1% くらいは進んだと思う。
1%.
I was gonna say, I thought maybe.
Interesting. Red, black, and then orange. Okay.
Maybe at some point deep down, they'll have, the adults at least, will have a desire for a sense of normalcy, maybe? I don't know.
You might be right. You might be right.
If not normalcy, then more, I mean, clearly more of a flirty, loving relationship between the two of them, like something actually real instead of made up.
Fair
But
enough.
I feel like they keep pointing. I mean, it could be just the interview stuff. Like, we'll see what happens after they do her little school interview.
Right.
If they'll still be doing activities to try to seem normal. But maybe, I feel like because it's being mentioned now so heavily, that might be something down the line that will,
I mean, knowing
the characters, perhaps.
Yeah. And then just knowing animes, though, more characters are gonna join. Like typical animes, like more people. This family starting as 3, but in most animes, it never starts. It never finishes on 3 or like the original story. So I'm sure, probably the brother will join or something like that. Maybe they'll get like a butler or something like that. I don't know. Like it always, a lot of these stories, they just start building more and more into it. Okay, but like I said, I'm glad they're taking their time with it. So that's the most important thing for me. I was going to show you. I think this is safe enough for the internet. Here, let me show you. This is the Virgin right here. So this is the Virgin Killer sweater. So she looks like she's wearing somewhat of a modified version of the Virgin Killer sweater, like that.
Oh, with like the
with the back open like that, and then she was wearing a top or something like that. Like, see, almost. Plus, it was a little longer too. Like there were sleeves with it. So yeah, that's all.
Actually, those tops are actually like that's actually a top that people wear, where it's like open. You know, maybe it might have like some cover. It'll have coverage in the front. And then, this, because like I have like a few tops that are like that have they connect at the top, and then the back is open slit to let the air in.
Exactly. Well, this one, like, but I guess the Virgin Killer one was really like a popular thing because it was showing ass crack and everything. So
yeah, there's this whole thing about like butt cleavage now.
Really? I wasn't aware of that. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a butt cleavage like trend. You know, the Met Gala had like I think a few people.
All right, but so in regards to just this episode, just the main thing is that they're not. So that's what makes it so interesting. Is like none of them are really aware, with the except of Anya. The others 2 are not aware of what each others do, but there is implications that they kind of have. Like I think Yor has an inkling that Lloyd is not who he says he is, but she doesn't care because she's like, I can handle it. You know, if it gets too dangerous, I'm an assassin. That's what I do, right? But I think Lloyd gradually is starting to realize that. I mean, she literally just dashed. You know, like.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out eventually.
It'll just be a matter of just like how long. And I'm just very curious until what point are they going to find out with Anya that she has abilities and things like that. And all
I know it gets a little. you know, since we saw the last few episodes all in one batch and everything,
Yeah,
it got a little jumbled. But
you know, we were having syncing problems too, so I definitely noticed that this is a show where I won't say you need to be overly serious about it, but there's little inklings that
there's details
there's details in the way they say things, like even the and that even subtitled, it doesn't carry over exactly, like the whole thing about how does somebody pass, right? And so she so the kanji, the actual Japanese for that was a little different, but it still worked out well. But that's why she was like, pass, you mean like, oh, like die? Well, they die from different ways like that. So it's kind of interesting how some of that stuff gets translated, but it works really well, I think. And I think whoever's subtitling this, they're doing a really good job of keeping all the beats together for the most part. So yeah, as usual though, like with subtitles versus the timing of the situations, sometimes the impact comes way faster with the subtitles, like when they were holding hands, and you know, we as reading, we found the pun, the joke was already there, where she was talking about how she broke her brother's ribs, but you know, there's kind of a delay in Anya's reaction to that point. So it's always interesting. But that's one of the things my girlfriend kind of hates watching certain animes with me because of that, like when that timing, because she's listening to the Japanese obviously, and like I'll start laughing right away, and she'll be like, oh, okay, something.
I never thought about that.
Isn't it interesting? Yeah, isn't it interesting?
I mean, I think I sometimes I'll put on English subtitles for an English show, just because like sometimes like The Witcher, for instance, like I have to watch The Witcher with subtitles, because sometimes his deep sexy voice is like, it's just like it muddled, his lines get muddled a little bit.
Right. No, you're right.
And so like things will get spoiled, like jump scares or something.
No, that's the one. Like, that's I hate that the most. Those.
I hate that.
Where it's like a little. He's saying something, but you can see like a little dash, which means something's about to happen to cut the person off. And those I hate. I wish they could figure out a different way to do that. Yeah.
You know, loud music or screaming.
I wish they could figure out a better way to do that.
I think it's the person who does the subtitling. Like, you know, they have a lot of these like services that do subtitling for like Netflix.
No, and that makes sense for when it's a SDH. When it's SDH, that one makes sense. But just in general, for just regular subtitling, I do wish that they could figure out a better timing for that, like those dramatic situations. But no, what I was what I really think it comes down to is just the grammatical format of Japanese versus English, because I don't have that same problem with English dramas and things like that. It's generally the fact that, particularly with Spy versus Spy, the just grammar, Japanese
SpyxFamily.
Sorry, I keep saying that. But the if I remember correctly, with Japanese it's subject, object, verb, where with English it's subject, verb, object. And so it's always the action part is always going to be delayed in Japanese, but in the English, you already, like, for example, yours talking about I broke his ribs was before the other part. So it was just kind of interesting to see, but it's such a minor detail, but it's just kind of funny to me about some of that stuff. But I really like the way that Lloyd is just so critical about things, are so precise about things, but meticulous. Thank you, meticulous, and everything needs to go to a certain planning of his calculations, and he's like, okay, next let's do this, next let's do that, and it's all for the greater good of his mission, and that's it. But what I've noticed is the fact that he hasn't really talked about once the mission's over, I'm gonna toss them all aside, you know. So because
well, didn't he make a reference? Well, I mean, we
the
know that
first
he has
episode
that
he did,
attitude, yeah, where he was like, "Oh, this might not work out. I'll just give her back," and she's like,
Right.
"Ah!" and he
Right.
was like, "Oh no!"
But I'm kind of I think that's kind of interesting that the writers or the writer has kind of shied away from that in this particular episode. Is the fact that it's kind of like you know, normally he'd be that kind of person of like saying, okay, go ahead and enjoy your room, and then once this is all over, I'll be disappearing just like I do all the other missions. But he hasn't really mentioned that this time around, and I think that's more of a writer's ploy to kind of make us forget about that fact that it's just a mission for him. So
oh, interesting.
You know,
so you don't think it's that he might? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
they want
He
us.
doesn't initially have a sense of attachment. You're right. He doesn't.
Right, but
Yeah,
like
that hasn't
us,
been established.
correct, like us, like Anya, they want us to be just like Anya, just enjoying this kind of family life, because there will become a point where they're going to talk about having to take it all away, and that's probably going to be the most dramatic part, so especially for Anya. So you know, we shall see. Anyways, guys, full reaction is available on Patreon, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace, y'all.